Chapter 12 The Rules. Vivi wasn't certain whether the area ahead of her was a courtyard or a town square. There was enough space to fit a small town, but the area was enclosed by tall black hardstone walls. The sky daylight gems and all arched down to the ground like a protective barrier, trapping everyone inside. Demons of all kinds bustled among stalls and markets. Shops took up most of the square. The layout felt more like a carnival than a city. Vivi spotted weapon stalls and food vendors. Every stall had steel bars. Shopkeepers didn't touch customers directly. Wisps of ether drifted through the air. A dwarf-like demon in plate armor bought a slab of cooked meat. The cook, a 10-foot, one-eyed humanoid with tentacle arms, handed it over. The dwarf bit in, grimaced in Vivi's direction, then walked away. Passers-by ranged from rogue fighters to wretches who could barely stand. Within a minute of her arrival, a woman collapsed, dying of thirst. One horn was snapped. Her skin looked like it was crumbling. Vivi also saw a human. He sat in a quiet corner, slumped over a fresh pool of blood. A spear had pierced his heart. Vivi swallowed hard. "Move," Jelly said, giving her a shove. Hoss and Jelly walked ahead through the crowd. Demons made way for them. Everyone treated Hoss and Jelly with caution. Uniformed soldiers were sparse, but visible, rune swords held ready. Vivi, baffled, was led deeper into the chaos. A caged slave wagon sat beside a fountain. The gates were open. Slaves, red-skinned demons in rags, stood by the wagon like a herd. Most were big enough to pick Vivi up like a toy. Despite their size, they watched timidly, hands tied with rope. "Dahmer," Hoss called to a uniformed runesword wielder guarding the slaves. "I've got one more. Is there room?" Dahmer frowned at Vivi. "Has she been examined?" "No," Hoss said. "She's helpless in a fight. Nearly died to surge hounds. She can't have much ether. She can speak. Girl, say something." "Hello," Vivi said, quiet. Dahmer examined her. "Very well, toss her in. Their steward is finishing his break. He'll be here shortly. I'll refer your work ahead." Hoss grinned, bowed, and left. He told Vivi, "I'll be watching over you, assuming you don't die the first day. Good luck. Remember, ether is everything." They turned and disappeared into the crowd. Those two saved me, Vivi thought. As cruel as they were, she would have died without them. In some twisted way, she felt thankful. How much harm can be undone by saving a life? She didn't know. Nothing here made sense. "A human," one slave whispered. "She's small." "We're all small here," another said. "First time?" a louder voice asked. He was shorter than the others but still large. "Facilities are nothing. Far better than prison. There's a lot to do if you're strong enough." "You've been here before?" the first asked. "I come from Denville," the shorter man said. "They transferred me to Zand. More ether up here. Name's Lars. If anyone wants to succeed, join me." The demons glanced at one another. Vivi said, "What's a?" "Only the strong are invited," Lars cut her off. "No, I just wanted to ask, please," Vivi pleaded. Lars waited, frowning. "What is an ether facility?" she asked. "Why are we here?" The question sounded stupid in the hubbub. She added, "I'm from the surface. I've never heard of ether facilities." "You're fucked," Lars said bluntly. "Helping you is a waste. Spend your starter ether on booze. At least your last week will be fun." Vivi blinked. "Slowly recovering," Lucius's voice said inside her head. "I got hit pretty bad. Things are jumbled, but I can stay active now." "Lucius, you're back," Vivi thought. "What is this place?" she asked in her head. "I'm not certain," Lucius answered. "I've never been to a facility. From what I know, they're places to earn ether." "You said the 4th level was good for hunting," Vivi remembered. "Facilities are like slave camps," Lucius explained. "But instead of forced labor, you fight for ether. Legends are born in facilities, people who rise from nothing by strength alone." A horned girl knelt nearby, begging for ether. Passers-by barely glanced at her. She was younger than Vivi. Don't fall asleep again, Vivi thought. I can't survive alone. Oh, I won't let you die, Lucius said. There's so much ether, enough for all my powers. We'll start hunting after this introduction. The slaves murmured among themselves. Vivi felt left out. Allies were rare. Most around her were demons, all stronger than she was. The only human she'd seen was dead. Silence fell as a new figure approached. He looked like a drawn depiction of a pure demon, skeletal face, no eyelids, long horns, standing around 8 feet tall, not bulky but deeply dangerous. Fresh inmates, he said. Everyone's favorite. I'm Uundref, your steward, caretaker, whatever you want. You are my responsibility. I need to ensure you don't break the rules on day 1. Dahmer lowered his head. Others followed. Vivi bowed, hopping it looked respectful. To those from prison, Uundref continued, slow and deliberate, your title now is Nimrod, the lowest rank of ether gatherer. Work hard and you'll be promoted to wolves. He circled them, eyes cold. I'll keep the intro short. He paused, listening to the square. As Nimrods, your job is simple, gather ether. Ether, ether, ether. How you hunt is your choice. The best Nimrods learn the fastest. Facilities offer more freedom than prison, Uundref said. After this, you're free to treat Zand as home. No cleaning schedules, no forced sleep times. Use the freedom to survive and do your job, hunt for ether. Your only strict duty is collection day. Every 7 days, each Nimrod must deliver 100 ether to their steward. To me, this deadline is absolute. He spoke slowly, so every word landed. Fail to show up with 100 ether, punished with a slash mark and a whipping. 3 chances only, 2 slash marks, and the 3rd whipping will last until death. A murmur moved through the group. The next collection day is tomorrow. Fresh Nimrods are excused for it. Your first real deadline is 8 days from now. Collect 100 ether. Uundref kept circling. The demons listened with uneasy faces. When he passed Vivi, his bony grin glanced down at her. The space you stand in is the hub, he said. Explore it later. The hub provides weapons and food if you can pay. Basics like guardrobes and beds cost ether to rent. Toilets are free. He pointed to an alcove toward the north wall. Vivi took it in. A Nimrod must gather 100 ether by any means. I'll explain methods later. For now, is everyone following? Heads nodded. Vivi nodded too, full of silent questions she dared not ask. Zand doesn't have many rules, Uundref said. Common sense helps, but you must know your rights. He paced slowly, his voice colder. Rule 1. The dungeon can be entered any time. All monsters may be killed except the boss. Don't try to be a hero. Attempts to reach the boss room are punished with death. A clear warning. Rule 2. Harming staff equals death. Rule 3. Infighting among Nimrods is allowed only in the dungeon. Murder is discouraged. Robbery is not a reason, but a justified murder may be overlooked. Rule 4. Nimrods may not hold more than 300 ether at a time. This limit is absolute. Any Nimrod hoarding above the threshold will be stripped of ether and tried. If you near your limit, spend ether on orbs or weapons. 300 ether, Lucius scoffed in Vivi's head. That's nothing. Rule 5. Rapists will be fucked with 1,000 knives. Uundref's tone, cold, merciless. Rule 6. Final rule. If you cause more trouble than you're worth, I'll kill you myself. Pause. The rules hung in the air like a blade. Vivi swallowed. Around her, Zand continued to bustle, market cries clanging, the low hum of ether. She had a name now, Nimrod. She had a job, gather ether. And a deadline, 100 ether in 8 days. She took a breath. The world here was sharp, cruel, and clear. There was no room for weakness. Chapter complete. If you enjoyed it, like, comment, and subscribe for more light novel adventures. Tune in for the next chapter.